Everybody have a seat. Welcome to the White House, and welcome back to the, surprisingly enough, NCAA champions, the UConn Huskies. We have some rabid members of Congress here today. And not only do we have some of the current delegation, but we also have Connecticut's own former Senator Chris Dodd here. We have the chairman of the University of Connecticut's Board of Trustees, Larry McHugh, is here. Give him a big round of applause. The Huskies athletic director, Ward Manuel, who is having a pretty good run, it appears. And a frequent visitor and friend to the White House, Coach Gino Ariano. As some of you may be aware, this is Coach's 10th championship. This is this team's third visit in a row. They are now certified to provide White House tours. I was telling folks this is becoming like the annual Christmas tree lighting. And we do this every year around this time. Now last season began with something unusual for these Huskies, which was a loss. In their second game, Stanford needed overtime to snap UConn's 47-game winning streak. For this team, it was just a wake-up call. There was, as associate head coach Chris Daly would say, no dilly and no dally. So Brianna Stewart, the National Player of the Year 2 years in a row, she has game. She reminded everybody how hard this team works to be the best. She said, we make it look easier than it is, but it comes with a lot of hard work. We don't just step on the court and get the trophy. We have to get better. Each year, it seems, there's someone else trying to test us and push us to our breaking point. So Brianna may have been Player of the Year, but she was far from alone. This group of young women understand the concept of team. And this team was loaded. Kia Nurse, Morgan Tuck, Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis, who I will not challenge in a horse game. The Huskies point guard in the past two championships, Mariah Jefferson, who's got speed. After they won this last championship game, Mariah said, I think this one for me is by far the most exciting. It's definitely one of the ones that means the most because we had to fight so hard. And so now here they are, and like my daughters, they apparently like Beyonce, and they are now running the world. That competitive spirit extends to their marathon Uno tournaments in the locker room. Kia Stokes, one of the hardest working players on and off the court, is the reigning locker room Uno champion. Go ahead. She's proud of that. They're also academic all-stars. These women won an award for achieving the highest GPA of any women's basketball team in their conference, and half the team made the dean's list. So that deserves a big round of applause. I do, when I see the men's teams generally, I say, have you paid attention to the women's teams? And they go, yeah. Over the past 4 years, every Husky who has completed their 4 years of eligibility at UConn has graduated. And that's something worth celebrating. These women are also all-stars in their communities. They run Thanksgiving and winter food drives. They help stock shelves at local food banks. They put on a Christmas party for children with terminal illnesses. They spend their afternoon with senior citizens. They host basketball clinics and bike drives for kids in downtown Hartford. So they are outstanding basketball players, more importantly, outstanding citizens, outstanding role models for our kids, and not just for our girls, but also for our boys. They are fun to be with. I've gotten used to it, and I couldn't be prouder of them. And you know, I always say this, but it bears repeating. You know, when I've got two daughters who are tall and you know, gorgeous and athletic, for them to know that they've got a whole bunch of people ahead of them who are doing great stuff, it empowers them, and it makes me feel very proud to be with these outstanding young women. So congratulations to all the Huskies. I don't want to jinx it. No team has ever won 4 in a row. I'm just saying. You get here one more time, we might have to name the White House basketball court after you. Or at least you can guide the tour. So with that, let me have Coach Auriemma say a few words, and as I said before, no bunny ears this time. All right.
Thank you. You can't plan for everything, but no team has ever won 4 national championships, as the president has said. But you know as well as I do, you won some that they didn't think you would win.
That's true. It happens.
And one year he said we were 39-1 because he beat us on his home court, and we haven't had a chance to play again. But
Maya's still mad about that.
Yeah, I know. This is an incredible honor for us. It doesn't matter how many times you're here. It doesn't matter, you know, when you walk in that door, it's still a special feeling. When the president walks into our room and shakes hands and talks to everybody, it's still an incredible feeling, no matter how many times you've done it. And this is our 5th time with President Obama, and it's just as meaningful and just as moving for us as the very first time. He's going to be here one more year. And there's no better way for him to go out next year than to host us again. So we'll see you next year. Guaranteed to go in every other time.
Okay, let's strike the risers.